Very good evening, students. Welcome to Jatadhara Educational Technology. All right, so today we are going to do polynomials. All right, yes. So in this, just a second. Yeah. So the relationship between the zeros and the coefficient of a polynomial. So that's what we are going to see today. The relation between the zeros and the coefficient of a polynomial, that is ax plus b, which is minus b by a. Okay. So x is equal to minus constant term by coefficient of x square. Let alpha beta are two zeros of a quadratic polynomial ax square plus bx plus c, where a is not equal to 0, then the sum of the zeros alpha plus beta becomes minus b by a. The product of the zeros alpha beta becomes c by a. And we have alpha, beta, gamma. They are the three zeros of a cubic polynomial. Ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d, where a is not equal to 0, then alpha plus beta plus gamma will become minus b by a. Alpha beta, beta gamma, gamma alpha will be c by a. Alpha beta gamma will become minus d by a. Alright, so quickly we will go through this remainder theorem. F of x is divided by x minus a. Then the remainder is f of a. In factor theorem, if f of x is divisible by x minus a, then f of a is 0. F of x is dividend, divisor is x minus a, remainder is f of a. So divisor is x plus a, remainder is f of minus a. Divisor is ax minus b, remainder is f of b by a. Divisor is ax plus b, remainder is minus b by a. All right. So few points to note about the fact when a polynomial f of x is drawn as a graph, wherever it meets the x-axis, that point is 0 of f of x. So let us take a test. Type your answers in chat box. You can have 40 seconds time. All right, so a quadratic polynomial whose zeros are 5 and minus 2 is dash. A quadratic polynomial whose zeros are 5 and minus 2 is dash. So x square plus 5x minus 2, x square plus 3x minus 10, x square minus 3x minus 10, x square minus 2x plus 5. All right, so here the answer is you have to do x minus a into x minus b. If you do x minus 5 into x plus 2, then we will get this x square minus 3x minus 10. So you just have to, the factorized part, you have to make it into a polynomial. All right, so x minus a into x minus b is a polynomial with a comma b as zeros. So x minus 5 into x plus 2. So x square minus 3x minus 10. All right, see the next one. The standard form of a linear polynomial is dash. The standard form of a linear polynomial is ax plus b, a is not equal to 0, ax square plus bx plus c, where a is not equal to 0, ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus b, where a is not equal to 0, ax power 4 plus bx cube plus cx square plus dx plus e, where a is not equal to 0. All right, so 4 options are given. You can quickly give me the answers. All right. So it is ax plus b, where a is not equal to 0. For linear polynomial, the degree is 1. All right. So now you have to identify the monomial. Right. Mono means 1. So it is 2x. Binomial is 2 terms. Trinomial is 3 terms. All right. So now see here. If y is equal to p of x is represented by the given graph, then the number of zeros are dash. You can quickly tell me. All right. So the number of zeros is 4 because where the curve meets the x-axis. So the number of times the graph meets x-axis gives the number of zeros. So you can see the red highlighted one. The standard form of a quadratic polynomial is dash ax plus b, where a is not equal to 0, ax square plus bx plus c, where a is not equal to 0, ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d, where a is not equal to 0, ax power 4 plus bx cube plus cx square plus dx plus e, where a is not equal to 0. All right, quickly give me your answers. Let me also see the chat box. How many of you have given me the correct answers? Okay, right. So it should be ax square plus bx plus c, where a is not equal to 0. All right, see the next question. The quadratic polynomial whose zeros are root 15 and minus root 15. Right, so x square minus 15, x square minus 225, 15 x square minus 1, x square minus root 15. All right, so it is x square minus 15. How? X minus a into x minus b is a polynomial with a comma b as zeros. So x minus root 15 into x minus root 15 is the given polynomial. Students, it should be x plus root 15 and x minus root 15. A minus b, the whole square is a square minus b square. Yes, it should be x plus root 15, x minus root 15. Yes. So it becomes x square minus 15. All right, see the next question. If 1, 0 of the quadratic polynomial, 2x square plus kx minus 15 is 3, then the other 0 is dash. If 1, 0 of the quadratic polynomial, 2x square plus kx minus 15 is 3, then the other 0 is dash. Minus 15 by 2, k minus 5 by 2 or minus 15. You can quickly give me your answers. It's very simple actually. If 1, 0 of the quadratic polynomial, 2x square plus kx minus 15 is 3, then the other 0 is dash. The time is running. By then, let me see how many of you have given me the correct answers. So Diksha has given me the right answer. Navatej has given me the right answer. I still have Harshita, Pranita, Rahul, Satvika, Varshini not answering. Okay. Right, and here it is minus 5 by 2. Let the 0 be alpha. Product of 0 is 3 alpha. That is minus 15 by 2. That is constant term. Minus 15 by 2. Okay. So alpha is equal to minus 15 by 2 by 3. So it becomes minus 5 by 2. All right. See the next question. The maximum number of zeros that a polynomial of degree 3 can have is dash. The maximum number of zeros that a polynomial of degree 3 can have is dash. Is it 3, 1, 2, none? Is it right? Is it 3, 1, 2, or very simple question, students. So definitely you all will be able to give me the answer. Okay, it is 3. All right, see the next question. 2y square minus 3y plus 4 is a linear polynomial, quadratic polynomial, cubic polynomial, or biquadratic polynomial. Okay, see the question clearly. Is it a linear polynomial, quadratic polynomial, cubic polynomial, or biquadratic polynomial? Okay, quickly give me the answer. These are all theory questions. Is it a linear polynomial, quadratic polynomial, cubic polynomial, or biquadratic polynomial? It is a quadratic polynomial because it is in the form of a square plus bx plus c. Isn't it? Okay, next. Sum and product of the zeros of a polynomial x squared minus 3 are respectively dash. Sum and product of the zeros of polynomial x squared minus 3 are respectively dash. 0, 3, 0, minus 3, minus 3, 0, 3, 0. quickly think over it and then give me the answer, students. The sum and product of the zeros of the polynomial x square minus 3. Is it 0, 3, 0, minus 3, minus 3, 0, or 3, 0? It is 0, minus 3. See the next question. If the zeros of a quadratic polynomial are equal in magnitude, of the zero is 0. Okay. If the zeros of a quadratic polynomial are equal in magnitude but opposite in sign, then product of its zeros is 0, sum of its zeros is 0. There are no zeros of the polynomial. One of the zero is 0. Right. So it is sum of its zeros is 0. See the next question. If one of the zeros of the quadratic polynomial ax square plus bx plus c is 0, then the other zero is dash. Then the other zero is dash. Let me see how many of you have given me the right answers. Yes. I have Navatej. I have Deeksha. Pranita. Good. Varshini. Okay. All right. Good. And the answer is, it is minus b by a. Okay. So one of the zeros of the quadratic polynomial ax square plus bx plus c is 0, then the other is what? It is minus b by a. All right, see the next question. The polynomial whose zeros are minus 5 and 4 is dash. The polynomial whose zeros are minus 5 and 4 is dash. X square plus x minus 20, x square minus 5x plus 5x minus 4, x square minus 9x minus 20, x square minus 5x plus 4. Yes. So not more than 2 minutes can be taken. You have to give me the answer. All right, let's see this. X square plus x minus 20. See the next question. The number of zeros lying between minus 2 and 2 of the polynomial f of x, whose graph is given below is 3, 4, 2, 1. The number of zeros lying between minus 2 and 2 of the polynomial f of x, whose graph is given below is dash. 3, 4, 2, 1. So now let me see how many of you have given me the answers. Yes, I have Pranita, Navatej. Yes, Navatej, you're right. Then I have Varshini. Yes, Varshini. All right, good. Here, it is 2 because where -1, 1 meets. Among the following, which is not a polynomial? Among the following, which is not a polynomial? 5x square minus 6x plus 3, 2 minus 3y plus 6y square minus 2y cube, x cube minus 3x plus 2, x power 3 by 4, minus 7x plus 4. So 5x square minus 6x plus 3, 2 minus 3y plus 6y square minus 2y cube, x power 4 minus 3x plus 2, x power 3 by 4 minus 7x plus 4. So 4 options are given. Quickly give me the correct answers. Among the following, which is not a polynomial? So it is x power 3 by 4 minus 3x plus 4 because in polynomial, the power can never be in fractions. All right. See the next question. If alpha and beta are the zeros of the polynomial f of x is equal to x square plus px plus q, then the polynomial having 1 by alpha and 1 by beta as its zeros is dash. Okay. Then a polynomial having 1 by alpha and 1 by beta as its zeros is dash. Okay. Time is running. It is qx square plus px plus 1. Right. See the next question. If f of x is equal to ax square plus bx plus c, it has no real zeros and a plus b plus c is less than 0, then c is equal to 0, c is greater than 0, 0 or none. Okay. If f of x is equal to ax square plus bx plus c, it has no real zeros and a plus b plus c is less than 0, then c is equal to 0, c is greater than 0, c is less than 0 or none. You can give me the answers very swiftly, students. Take 1 minute, not more than that. All right, and it is c is less than 0. Okay, see the next question. If alpha, beta, gamma are the zeros of the polynomial f of x is ax cubed plus bx squared plus cx plus d, then 1 by alpha plus 1 by beta plus 1 by gamma is equal to dash. I repeat, if alpha, beta, gamma are the zeros of the polynomial f of x is equal to a cube plus bx squared plus cx plus d, then 1 by alpha plus 1 by beta plus 1 by gamma is equal to dash. Is it b by a minus b by a, c by d, or minus c by d? Quickly, you can give me the answers. Is it b by a minus b by a, c by d, minus c by d? It is minus c by d. Okay, right. See the next question. If the product of zeros of the polynomial f of x is equal to square minus 6x square plus 11x minus 6 is 4, then what is a? Is it 2 by 3, minus 3 by 2, 3 by 2, or minus 2 by 3? Okay, so I repeat the question. The product of the zeros of the polynomial f of x is equal to ax cubed minus 6x squared plus 11x minus 6, 4. Then, is it 2 by 3? Is it minus 3 by 2? Is it 3 by 2? 3. Can take 1 minute, students, not more than that. Because with the next question, we'll finish up for today's class. And let's see how many of you have given me the answer. Varshini, Navatej. Yes, Varshini has given me the answers. Okay. Navatej as well. Okay. Then I have Pranita. Yes, Pranita. Good. All right. See the answer for this. It is 3 by 2. And with this, we close for today. If alpha comma beta are the zeros of the polynomial, f of x is equal to x squared plus x plus 1. Then 1 by alpha plus 1 by beta is equal to dash. So if alpha comma beta are the zeros of the polynomial, f of x is equal to x squared plus x plus 1. Then 1 by alpha plus 1 by beta is dash. Okay. Hope you all have understood, students. And with this, we stop for today. And you will have after this the chemistry class. Do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Jatadhara Educational Technology. And if you have anything to reach us, do WhatsApp us 733-728-5228. I repeat 733-728-5228. And tell about our classes to your friends, your relatives, your teachers, and your neighbors so that they can also subscribe to our channel and get benefited by this. Thank you, and over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Very good evening, students. Glad to meet you all. So, in the last class, we have done with chemical bonding explanation, and today we have objective questions waiting. So, we have to solve them together. And so, I request every one of you to participate actively as you all do every time. Only few participants were answering in the previous classes, but I expect everyone will be answering it in today's class. Okay. So, let us go with our first question. Which bond is formed by transfer of electrons? ఈ కింద ఉన్న ఆప్షన్స్లో ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ ఆఫ్ ఎలక్ట్రాన్స్ వల్ల ఫామ్ అయ్యే బాండ్ ఏంటి? ఆప్షన్ ఏ కోవలెంట్ బాండ్, ఆప్షన్ బి అయోనిక్ బాండ్, ఆప్షన్ సి మెటాలిక్ బాండ్, ఆప్షన్ డి hydrogen bond. Let us see who will answer this question. Navtej and Pranita, very fast. They have answered it as option 2. Let us see whether it is correct or not. Yes, students. Yes, it is absolutely correct. So, ionic bond valla transfer between electrons and transfer of electrons ane jarugutundi, not sharing of electrons. If A and B are two atoms, so A will be transferring its electrons to B, or either B will be transferring its electrons to A. The one which receives the electrons is called as the acceptor, and one which will be donating is called as the donor. So, it is a contract between the donor and the receiver. Okay. That is ionic bonding. Very well done. Next question. Which particles are formed in ionic bonding? Ionic bonding lo form అయ్యేవి ఏంటి? Molecules, ions, atoms or radicals. ఇందులో ఏ ఫామ్ అవుతాయి అయానిక్ బాండ్ వల్ల? మాలిక్యూల్స్ ఫామ్ అవుతాయా, అయాన్స్ ఫామ్ అవుతాయా, ఆటమ్స్ ఫామ్ అవుతాయా, రాడికల్స్ ఫామ్ అవుతాయి? Yes, students. Let us see how many have answered. Navtej has given it as option 2. Any more answers? Any more answers, students? Sahasra, Srishan, Satvika, Varshini, Pranita. So many are here, no? Harshita. Why you all are not answering? Okay, let us see the answer. Yes, you are absolutely right, Navtej. Today you are doing very well. Good. So, ions form అవుతాయి ionic bonding లో. Molecules అందులో form అవుతాయి covalent bonding లో form అవుతాయి. Covalent bonding జరిగితే it will be forming the molecules. Atoms itself is forming bonds కదా. Atoms మధ్యన బాండింగ్ జరుగుతుంది. సో atoms అనేవి రైట్ ఆప్షన్ కాదు. రాడికల్స్ కూడా రైట్ ఆప్షన్ కాదు. నెక్స్ట్ క్వశ్చన్. విచ్ ఎలిమెంట్ ఈజ్ మోస్ట్ ఎలక్ట్రోనెగటివ్? ఇక్కడ ఇచ్చిన ఆప్షన్స్ లో ఏది మోస్ట్ ఎలక్ట్రోనెగటివ్ ఎలిమెంట్? ఆప్షన్ ఏ ఆక్సిజన్, ఆప్షన్ బి నైట్రోజన్, ఆప్షన్ సి ఫ్లోరిన్, ఆప్షన్ డి క్లోరిన్. Pranita has mentioned it as fluorine. Navtej has mentioned it as fluorine. Any more answers? Varshini has mentioned it as chlorine. Any more answers, students? I'm still waiting for your answers. Any more answers? Cherry, Sahasra, Varshini. Varshini has mentioned. Pranita, Harshita. No more answers? Okay, let us see the answer whether these have mentioned the correct answer or not. Yes, it is fluorine. ఎప్పుడైనా కూడా ఒక గ్రూప్లో టాప్ నుండి కిందకి మూవ్ అవుతున్నప్పుడు ఎలక్ట్రోనెగటివిటీ తగ్గిపోతుంది. ఓకే, సో ఫ్లోరిన్ ఇస్ ద టాప్ మోస్ట్ ఎలిమెంట్ ఇన్ ద 7th గ్రూప్, రైట్? Fluorine is having more electronegativity when compared to other elements which are mentioned here. Next question. Sodium chloride is an example of which bond? Sodium chloride NaCl ki మధ్యన ఉన్న బాండింగ్ ఏంటి? Covalent bond, ionic bond, coordinate bond or metallic bond? Come on students, open for your options now. Let us see how many has mentioned the right answer. Pranita has mentioned it as ionic bond. Varshini has mentioned it as covalent bond. Navtej has mentioned it as ionic bond. Any more answers? Any more answers, students? Today Navtej and Pranita are doing pretty well. Any more questions? Any more answers? That's it? Okay. సో సోడియం కి క్లోరిన్ కి మధ్యన ఫామ్ అయ్యేది అయోనిక్ బాండ్. ఇక్కడ సోడియం అనేది డోనార్ కింద యాక్ట్ చేస్తుంది, క్లోరిన్ రిసీవర్ కింద యాక్ట్ చేస్తుంది. ఓకే, దిస్ విల్ బి డొనేటింగ్ ఇట్స్ ఎలక్ట్రాన్ అండ్ బికమ్ పాజిటివ్. దిస్ విల్ యాక్సెప్ట్ ద ఎలక్ట్రాన్ అండ్ ఇట్ విల్ బికమ్ నెగటివ్. టోటల్ గా చార్జ్డ్ మాలిక్యూల్ ఫామ్ అవుతుంది. దట్ ఈస్ వై ఇట్ ఇస్ అన్ అయోనిక్ బాండ్, బికాస్ ఇట్ ఇస్ సోడియం విల్ బి పాజిటివ్ అయాన్, chlorine will be negative ion. Two ions are formed in this bond. Next question. What is the valency of sodium? Sodium valency enta? It's very easy question. Option A 1, option B 2, Option C 3, option D 8. Let us see who will answer this question. Pranita has answered it as option 1. Navtej has answered it as option 1. Any more answers? సింపుల్ క్వశ్చన్స్కి కూడా వీళ్ళిద్దరే ఆన్సర్ చేస్తున్నారు ఎందుకు? రిమైనింగ్ పీపుల్ ఆర్ థింకింగ్ వేస్ట్ ఆఫ్ టైమ్ టు ఆన్సర్ ఆర్ వాట్? I'm just noticing who are being attentive every day. Okay, you have to attempt at least. Varshini has mentioned it as option 1. Good. Any more? Any more answers? Sahasra, Banu, whoever didn't respond till now. Any more? Okay, let us see whether it is right or not. Yes, Banu, you have to answer in the text box. Okay, let us see the right answer. Yes, it is option 1. Why? Because if you see the atomic number of sodium, it is 11. So the outermost shell is having only 1 electron. Okay, so if you are writing the electronic configuration, the outermost shell will be having only 1 electron. That is why the valency is 1. Next question. Which compound has a triple bond? ఇక్కడున్న కాంపౌండ్స్లో దేనికి ట్రిపుల్ బాండ్ ఉంటుంది? ఆక్సిజన్ ఆక్సిజన్కి మధ్యన, హైడ్రోజన్ హైడ్రోజన్ మధ్యన, నైట్రోజన్ నైట్రోజన్ మధ్యన, క్లోరిన్ క్లోరిన్కి మధ్యన. Which molecule is having a triple bond included? Let us see how many will answer this question. Pranita has answered it as nitrogen. Very fast. Navtej has mentioned it as nitrogen. Varshini has mentioned it as chlorine. Varshini, you are trying, but be little more accurate. Think and answer. Harshita? Like Sahasra? Banu, if you have any doubt, we will do at the ending. Or not, you just answer the question in the text box. Okay, I'll be able to read your answers only currently. After the class, if any doubts are there, I'll be answering. Or else lower your hand. Okay, the right answer is nitrogen. Between the nitrogen and nitrogen, sorry, just a minute. Between the nitrogen and nitrogen, there is a triple bond. Okay, triple bond is between nitrogen and nitrogen. NN triple bond. Okay, Sahasra has also mentioned it as nitrogen. Good, but very late. Next answer, I am expecting fast from you. So till now, Navtej and Pranita are doing really well. Which is a polar molecule? I think I have revealed the answer. It is water. Okay, when compared to hydrogen, oxygen, and nitrogen, all these are other organic elements. So H2O is the right polar molecule because of its dipole. Next question. What is the electron dot structure shows? Electron dot structures మనం గీస్తాం కదా లూయిస్ మోడల్స్లో. సో అది ఏం చూపిస్తాయి ఆ డాట్స్ అనేవి? న్యూట్రాన్స్, ప్రోటాన్స్, వ్యాలెన్స్ ఎలక్ట్రాన్స్ ఆర్ న్యూక్లియస్? What does the dots or the electron dot structure represent? Let us see who will answer this question. Navtej has mentioned it as valence electrons. Ashwita, yes, she's on track now. So she also has mentioned it as option C. Pranita, option C, good. Varshini, option C, very good. So now the students are participating. Yes, I want the same participation for all the questions. Okay, good. So electron dot structure will always represent the valence electrons. Valence electrons ఎన్ని ఉన్నాయి అనేది రిప్రజెంట్ చేస్తుంది ఎలక్ట్రాన్ డయాగ్రామ్ అనేది. ఎలక్ట్రాన్ డాట్ స్ట్రక్చర్ ఆర్ లూయిస్ డయాగ్రామ్ యొక్క పర్పసే అది. నెక్స్ట్ క్వశ్చన్. విచ్ గ్యాస్ హ్యాస్ డూప్లెట్ కాన్ఫిగరేషన్? డూప్లెట్ కాన్ఫిగరేషన్ అంటే 2 షెల్స్ మాత్రమే ఉంటాయి దాంట్లో. హీలియం, నియాన్, ఆర్గాన్ ఆర్ క్రిప్టాన్. 2 complete shells are there in helium by Pranita. Yes, Ashwita also has mentioned it as helium. Varshini, helium. Sahasra, helium. Navtej, neon. How come Navtej? Again, corrected the option. Okay, don't get confused. See, duplet or octet. Okay, whatever it is, duplet means the 2 shells which are present should be completely filled as per their capacity. So if the K shell and L shell, if both of them are filled as per their capacity completely, or in SPDF configuration, both the S and P are filled completely, then you will call it as duplet configuration. If octet means if the 8 capacity, like if that in helium only K shell is completely filled. Okay, so capacity of K shell is 2 electrons. Only 2 electrons are there because it's of its atomic number. Atomic number is 2 itself. So it is a duplet configuration. But if you are having the taking the capacities of L shell or M shell or P shell, K, L, M, N, O, P and all these are having 8 or 18, no? So if their 8 capacity is completely filled, then you will call it as octet configuration. That is the difference between duplet and octet configuration. Helium is having duplet configuration. Next question. Which bond involves lone pair donation? Both lone pair of electrons are completely donated in one bond. What is that bond called as? Ionic bond, covalent bond, coordinate bond or metallic bond? ఒక ఎలక్ట్రాన్ కాదు, లోన్ పేర్ ఆఫ్ ఎలక్ట్రాన్స్ డొనేట్ అయిపోవాలి. ఇక్కడే కన్ఫ్యూజ్ అవుతారు అందరూ. ప్రణీత has mentioned it as covalent bond. Let us see any more options. Navtej has mentioned it as covalent bond. Varshini covalent bond. Ashwita covalent bond. So everyone are going with covalent bond. No. Actually, ఇది మీరు ఎందుకు కన్ఫ్యూజ్ అయ్యారంటే I did not explain you about the dative bond or the coordinate covalent bond. Now I'll tell you the difference between covalent and coordinate covalent. Covalent bonding is sharing of electrons between two elements where both the elements equally contribute. అంటే A కూడా ఒక ఎలక్ట్రాన్ని డొనేట్ చేయాలి, B కూడా ఒక ఎలక్ట్రాన్ని డొనేట్ చేయాలి. ఈ కాన్సెప్ట్ని షేరింగ్ ఆఫ్ ఎలక్ట్రాన్స్ అంటాము. దీనిని కోవలెంట్ బాండింగ్ అంటాం. దిస్ ఇస్ వాట్ వీ హ్యావ్ డిస్కస్డ్ ఇన్ ద ప్రీవియస్ క్లాస్. దిస్ ఇస్ కోవాలెంట్. ఓకే, ఈక్వల్లీ వాటిని వ్యాలెన్సీని ఈక్వల్గా డొనేట్ చేస్తున్నారు. ఇక్కడ కోఆర్డినేట్ కోవలెంట్ బాండ్లో ఏం జరుగుతుందంటే ఒక ఎలిమెంట్ మాత్రమే లోన్ పేర్ ఆఫ్ ఎలక్ట్రాన్స్ ని బి అనే ఎలిమెంట్కి ఇచ్చేస్తుంది. జస్ట్ లైక్ అయోనిక్ బాండింగ్. అయోనిక్ బాండింగ్ లో ఒక అయాన్ని ఇంకో దానికి ఇచ్చేస్తుంది కదా, ఇక్కడ ఏమవుతుందంటే లోన్ పేర్ ఆఫ్ ఎలక్ట్రాన్స్ ని బికి డొనేట్ చేస్తుంది. ఓకే, సో లోన్ పేర్ అనే వర్డ్ మీరు ఎక్కడ చూసినా కూడా కోఆర్డినేట్ కోవలెంట్ బాండ్ అని అంటారు. ఇక్కడ ఈక్వల్ పార్టిసిపేషన్ ఉండదు, డొనేషన్ అని ఇచ్చాడు కదా. ఇక్కడ మీకు షేరింగ్ అన్న పదం కనిపిస్తేనే అప్పుడు దీన్ని కోవలెంట్ అని ఫిక్స్ అవ్వాలి. Whenever you are seeing terms like transfer or donation, that does not mean covalency. కోవలెన్సీలో షేరింగ్ జరుగుతుంది, మిగతా ఏ బాండ్స్లోని షేరింగ్ ఉండదు. ఓకే, ఓన్లీ వన్ విల్ బి ద పార్టిసిపెంట్, వన్ విల్ బి ద రెసిపియంట్. ఓకే, దట్ ఈస్ ద కాన్సెప్ట్ ఆఫ్ ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ ఆర్ డొనేషన్. ఇక్కడ డొనేషన్ ఎందుకంటున్నామంటే 2 electrons are being donated. Lone pair of electrons is being donated. One will be the donor, one will be the receiver. Okay, one won't have any work, just accept. One will be doing the work. Okay, that is the concept. So this is called as coordinate covalent bond or dative bond. Okay, dative bond. If you see any of the name, you have to answer this for pair donation. Next question. Which compound is non-polar? ఇక్కడ ఉన్న compounds లో ఏది non-polar compound? NH3, H2O, CH4 and HCl. Ammonia, water, methane and hydrochloric acid. Let us see who will answer this question. Yes, students, any idea? At least give a guess. Okay, Pranita has answered it as option 3, Navtej option 4, Rahul option 3. So Pranita and Rahul are correct so far. CH4 is an organic molecule. Okay, it's an organic compound. So organic compounds are usually made up of covalent bonds. Whenever a bonding between the structure, within the structure is covalent, it does not form poles. Okay, remember that. Only if it is ionic or if it is having some dative bonds, it may produce the polarity. Most probably ionic bonding untene polarity చూపిస్తుంది. సో ఆర్గానిక్ కాంపౌండ్స్ కి పొలారిటీ ఉండదు. సో ఇక్కడ ఉన్న కాంపౌండ్స్ లో ఆర్గానిక్ కాంపౌండ్ మీథేనే కాబట్టి దానికి పొలారిటీ లేదు. నెక్స్ట్ క్వశ్చన్. విచ్ అయాన్ ఈస్ ఫార్మ్ బై గెయినింగ్ ఆఫ్ ఎలక్ట్రాన్స్? ఇందులో ఏ అయాన్ని ఎలక్ట్రాన్ గెయినింగ్ ద్వారా ఫార్మ్ చేస్తాం? క్యాటయాన్, యానయాన్, రాడికల్ ఆర్ మాలిక్యూల్? సో ఎప్పుడైనా గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి, గెయినింగ్ ఆఫ్ ఎలక్ట్రాన్స్ అనగానే ఇట్ ఈస్ నెగటివ్లీ చార్జ్డ్ అయాన్. ఇది మీకు ఇస్తున్న క్లూ. ఓకే, అది గెయిన్ చేయడం వల్ల నెగటివ్ చార్జ్ అయిపోతుంది. సో ఇందులో నెగటివ్లీ చార్జ్డ్ అయాన్ ఏంటి? క్యాటయానా, యానయానా, రాడికల్, మాలిక్యూలా? Pranita has mentioned it as anion. Ashvita, cation. Navtej, anion. Varshini, anion. నాకే ఆప్షన్ ఇచ్చింది వర్షిని, చూస్ చేసుకోమని. అశ్విత, anion. Okay, let us see who is correct. Yes, it is anion. Negatively charged ions are called as anions. Positively charged ions are called as cations. ఓకే, ఎప్పుడైనా రిసీవ్ చేసుకునేది నెగిటివ్ అవుతుంది, ఇచ్చేది పాజిటివ్ అవుతుంది. ఓకే, one which will donate the electron is positively charged cation. One which receives the electron is negatively charged anion. Next question. Which bond is the strongest? ఇక్కడ ఉన్న బాండ్స్ లో ఏది స్ట్రాంగెస్ట్ బాండ్? సింగిల్ బాండ్, డబుల్ బాండ్, ట్రిపుల్ బాండ్ ఆర్ హైడ్రోజన్ బాండ్? Rahul has mentioned it as triple bond. Any more answers? Pranita has mentioned it as triple bond. Varshini has mentioned it as hydrogen bond. Ashvita, option E, single bond. Saturation concept తో వెళ్ళాం అనుకుంటా అశ్విత. కానీ నవ్తేష్, option 3, triple bond. Let us see. It is triple bond. Okay, strongest bond is the triple bond because of more covalency. Okay, covalent bonds కదా ఆ మూడు కూడా. సో ట్రిపుల్ బాండ్ అనేది ఎక్కువ స్ట్రాంగ్ గా ఉంటుంది దాన్ ద సింగిల్, డబుల్ ఆర్ హైడ్రోజన్ బాండింగ్. ఓకే, దీస్ ఆర్ వీక్ బాండ్స్. డోంట్ గో విత్ ద సాచురేషన్ కాన్సెప్ట్. దట్ ఈస్ ద కన్ఫ్యూజన్ వాట్ యూ హ్యావ్ గాట్. నెక్స్ట్, చెర్రీ ఆల్సో హ్యాస్ మెన్షన్డ్ ఇట్ as triple bond. Good. Next question. Which compound conducts electricity in molten state? ఇందులో ఏ కాంపౌండ్ ఎలక్ట్రిసిటీని కండక్ట్ చేస్తుంది, అది కూడా మోల్టెన్ స్టేట్లో? సో మీకు ఇచ్చే క్లూ ఏంటంటే ఇట్ హ్యాస్ టు బి అన్ అయోనిక్ కాంపౌండ్. సోడియం క్లోరైడ్, షుగర్, ఆల్కహాల్ అండ్ మీథేన్. Now let us see who will answer this question well. Pranita has mentioned it as sodium chloride. Ashvita, option A. Any more answers? Rahul, option D, methane. Next, any more answers? Navtej, option 1. Let us see who has given the correct answer. It is NaCl. Always remember, ionic compound will only produce electricity or conducts electricity in molten state. So you have to check for the ionic compound in the given options. NaCl is only the possible ionic compound. Sugar is a covalent compound. Alcohol is an organic compound. Methane is an organic compound made up of covalent bonds. So all these three are not correct. Only right option is NaCl. Next question. Which element forms cations easily? Chlorine. This is a wrong demarcation. That is not the answer. Yes, students. Sodium is the right answer. Next question. Which molecule has lone pair of electrons on nitrogen? ఇక్కడ ఇచ్చిన క్వశ్చన్లో ఏ మాలిక్యూల్ కి లోన్ పేర్ ఆఫ్ ఎలక్ట్రాన్స్ ఉంటుంది నైట్రోజన్ మీద? రాహుల్ has mentioned it as option D. Ashwita, option B. Pranita, CH4. Cherry, option 1. So ఓన్లీ 1% is right. ఇక్కడ క్వశ్చన్లోనే నైట్రోజన్ అని ఇచ్చారు కదమ్మా. నైట్రోజన్ ఉన్న కాంపౌండ్ ఏంటి? అందులో మీకు కన్ఫ్యూజన్ ఏముంది? క్వశ్చన్లోనే దే హ్యావ్ గివెన్ ఇట్ ఇస్ నైట్రోజన్. నో, ఓన్లీ కాంపౌండ్ విచ్ ఇస్ హ్యావింగ్ దిస్, an LKG క్వశ్చన్. Next question. Water molecule shape is, ఇది నిన్న మీరు హైబ్రిడైజేషన్ షేప్స్ ప్రాపర్గా వినుంటే యూ విల్ ఆన్సర్ దిస్ క్వశ్చన్ వెరీ వెల్. సో వాటర్ మాలిక్యూల్ షేప్ ఏంటి? ఐ లాస్ట్ ద బాండ్ యాంగిల్ ఆల్సో వన్స్ యూ విల్ టెల్ ద క్వశ్చన్ ఆన్సర్. People who know the bond angle mention the bond angle also along with the answer. So Pranita's answer is bent. Varshini's answer is linear. Any more? Ashvita has mentioned it as trigonal. Navtej, trigonal. So let us see. It is bent shaped. Inverted V shape ni bent shape antamani nenu manam anukunnam kada. It will be as an inverted V, H2O. Okay. So this is the bent shape. Bent shape. Around 104 degrees ento bond angle untundi kada. So this is bent shape. Okay. Next question. Which is the example of coordinate bond? ఇందులో coordinate covalent bond ఏ molecule ఉంటుంది? NH4, NaCl, oxygen, hydrogen. Yes, students. Which of the following has a coordinate bond? Ashvita has mentioned it as ammonia. Any more answers? Pranita has mentioned it as ammonia. Varshini has mentioned it as ammonia. Sodium chloride. Navtej, ammonia. So most of you are going with ammonia, right? Yes, ammonia is the right answer. This is ionic compound. This is covalent compound. మీ ఇక్కడ ఎలిమినేషన్ మెథడ్ ద్వారా కూడా ఐడెంటిఫై చేయొచ్చు. This is not eliminated, this is eliminated, this is eliminated. Remaining is ammonia. Ammonia is having the coordinate covalent bond. Next, electronegativity difference is highest in which? CH bond, HCl bond, NaCl bond, OH bond. ఎలక్ట్రోనెగటివిటీ డిఫరెన్స్ దేంట్లో హైయెస్ట్ ఉంటుంది? కార్బన్ హైడ్రోజన్ మధ్యన హైడ్రోజన్ క్లోరిన్, సోడియం క్లోరిన్, ఆక్సిజన్ అండ్ హైడ్రోజన్. Yes, students. Ashvita has mentioned it as sodium and chloride. Rahul, sodium and chloride. Pranita, yes, sodium and chloride. So majority of you are with sodium and chloride. Yes, it is the right answer. సో అయానిక్ బాండ్స్లో ఎక్కువగా ఎలక్ట్రోనెగటివిటీ ఉంటుంది కాబట్టి ఇట్ ఇస్ గ్రేటర్ దాన్ 2 కదా. సో NaClకి ఎక్కువ ఉంటుంది మిగతా బాండ్స్తో కంపేర్ చేస్తే. నెక్స్ట్, విచ్ కాంపౌండ్ ఈజ్ ఇన్సాల్యుబుల్ ఇన్ వాటర్? ఇందులో ఇన్సాల్యుబుల్ కాంపౌండ్ ఏంటి వాటర్లో? నాన్ పోలార్ కాంపౌండ్ అయి ఉండాలి. దట్ ఈస్ ద క్లూ. ఇఫ్ ఇట్ ఈస్ పోలార్ కాంపౌండ్ ఇట్ ఈస్ సాల్యుబుల్ ఇన్ వాటర్. సో విచ్ ఈస్ నాన్ పోలార్ అమాంగ్ దిస్? యూ హ్యావ్ టు ఐడెంటిఫై ద క్వశ్చన్. Ashvita has mentioned it as option C. Rahul, option C. Navtej, option C. Varshini, option C. Good. Everyone are following the class. Pranita, option C. So that is the right answer. It is methane. Remaining all are the ionic compounds, coordinate covalent compound. This is only covalent compound, which is also organic compound. Next question. Which oxide is ionic? Carbon dioxide, sulfur oxide, sulfur dioxide, sodium oxide, or silicon dioxide? Which oxide is ionic in nature? Yes, students, give the guess. Pranita has mentioned it as option 3, sodium oxide. Rahul has mentioned it as option C. Navtej, option 1. Ashvita, option C. So let us see which is the right answer. It is option C. Sodium oxide is ionic oxide. Okay. Remaining all are non-ionic compounds. Next question. Which bond exists in HCl? Hydrochloric acid lo unde bond enti? Ionic bond, polar covalent bond, non-polar covalent bond, metallic bond. Rahul has mentioned it as option D. Pranita, option B. Any more answers? Ashwita, ionic bond. Navtej, metallic bond. Varshini, option B. So let us see the right answer. It is polar covalent bond. Okay. హైడ్రోక్లోరిక్ యాసిడ్లో ఇందాకలే మనకి ఆప్షన్స్లో సోడియం క్లోరైడ్ ఒకటే సెలెక్ట్ చేసుకున్నాం కదా ఎలక్ట్రోనెగటివిటీకి. అప్పుడే మీకు ఐడియా ఉండాలి. హెచ్సిఎల్ కానీ అయానిక్ కాంపౌండ్ అయి ఉంటే వీ వుడ్ హ్యావ్ సెలెక్టెడ్ హెచ్సిఎల్ ఓన్లీ, నో. హెచ్సిఎల్ ఈజ్ ఎ పోలార్ కోవలెంట్ కాంపౌండ్, ఇట్స్ నాట్ అన్ అయానిక్ కాంపౌండ్. ఓకే, హెచ్ ప్లస్ సిఎల్ మైనస్ అయాన్స్ కింద విడుదల అవుతుంది ఎందుకంటే పొలారిటీ వలన. ఇట్ ఈస్ నాట్ ఏ అయానిక్ కాంపౌండ్, ఇట్స్ ఎ కోవలెంట్ కాంపౌండ్. Next question. Which molecule has tetrahedral shape? Ammonia, water, methane, or carbon dioxide? One more question manam chesi we will stop the class for today. Yes, Ashwita has mentioned it as ammonia. Pranita has mentioned it as methane. Rahul has mentioned it as methane. Varshini, methane. So all of you are going with, most of you are going with methane. Yes, it is the right answer. Methane is the molecule which is having tetrahedral shape. It is not ammonia. Last question for today. Which ion is formed by hydrogen bonding? ఇందులో హైడ్రోజన్ బాండింగ్ వల్ల ఫామ్ అయ్యే అయాన్ ఏంటి? హైడ్రాక్సల్ అయాన్, హైడ్రోనియం అయాన్, క్లోరైడ్ అయాన్, ఆక్సైడ్ అయాన్? Yes, students, give the right answer for today. Rahul has mentioned it as option C. Navtej has mentioned the option C. Pranita, option 4. Ashwita, option 1. Varshini, option C. Varshini, if you want mock tests, like you can find it from ICSC Help. Okay, ICSC Help is a website where you will get standard MCQ questions. Okay, you can practice by yourself by looking at those questions and you try to solve them. Sahasra, option 3. Okay, let us see which is the right answer. It is hydronium ion. Hydronium ion. Okay, so we will stop here for today. I am very happy with everyone's participation today. Even new people like Rahul is also very active today. So many new names also I have seen today. I want the same participation for every class hereafter. సో మీరు కెమికల్ బాండింగ్ రిక్వెస్ట్ చేశారు కాబట్టి ఆ టాపిక్ మనం చేసాము. ఇఫ్ యూ హ్యావ్ ఎనీ అదర్ టాపిక్స్ ఇన్ యువర్ మైండ్, just go on and tell to sir. Once I'll get the information, I'll take classes on that. Thank you so much, students. We'll wind up for today.